Time's 14 minutes past 6. Unemployment. There's a new suggestion out today involving Belfast City Council. It's been asked to back a call for some of its annual £40 million budget to be ring-fenced to create jobs for the long-term unemployed. The Right to Work, Right to Welfare group says it has already had cross-party support from councillors for this. Let's hear from Sean Brady, who is from Right to Work, he's from Participation and the Practice of Rights. Sorry about that. And Bertie Atkinson is from Right to Work, Right to Welfare. Good evening to you both.
Good evening.
Bertie Atkinson, what's it like to be out of work? For how long, first of all?
Well, I haven't worked for 8 years.
What's that been like?
Well, it's been difficult. I have been on the sick for 7 of those years, and I was put off the sick. And my money was reduced to £73 a week. I have to try and find work, although I take a lot of tablets, and I do have a number of ailments. But trying to find work is now impossible. You write to employers, you fill in your application forms, and you don't get any response. Now myself, I'm getting on a bit. I'm 61, but we've got young people out in the community who just can't get a job no matter what to do.
What about the government schemes that there are?
Well, the government schemes is the right to work, steps to work. Steps to work gives the unemployed £15 a week on top of their brew to go to these jobs. When they go to these jobs, it could be working in a shop, it could be cleaning, it could be doing anything, but they're not guaranteed a job at the end of it. And our surveys suggest that there's very few people actually getting jobs at the end of it. So steps to work isn't working.
Well, Sean Brady, you're supporting this suggestion from Right to Work, Right to Welfare that a certain amount of the City Council budget be ring-fenced. How would it work?
Well, the council spend around 40 million a year on construction, procurement and buying in services at the minute. None of that is ring-fenced for the long-term unemployed. So those people that Bertie's talking about who are furthest away from the labour market, those people who, no matter how many application forms they fill in, will just not get a response, not get an interview, may not have the experience, can't get the job to get the experience in the first place.
So the idea is that if the council is giving business to contractors, it would be a requirement that those contractors would set aside a certain number of jobs for long-term unemployed people.
That's exactly it, and it's happening already. The DCAL have put it in place around the Ravenhill project. Now, the outcomes of that have yet to be seen.
Well, when they were refurbishing the stadium?
The stadium project.
So what happened?
At the early stages, Participation and Practice of Rights, my organisation worked with the Minister and the Department to set about a model or a formula for identifying who in those communities and surrounding those areas are furthest from the labour market, long-term unemployed, and how to guarantee ring-fencing apprenticeships, fully paid apprenticeships, and employment.
And are there people who got in on that basis who are still in work?
This is what we have to yet to find out. What are the outcomes, and that's what this is about with the Right to Work, Right to Welfare group and the Belfast City Council Real Jobs motion. It's about spending the money that's already being spent in a smarter fashion to target resources at those in most need.
You have met councillors. How have you been received?
Very well indeed. We've had the support from 4 of the political groups, and hopefully the motion will be put through the council on January, supported by the Ulster Unionist Party. So we've got it proposed and seconded, and we've got cross-parties.
Are you hoping, Bertie, that there'll be a job for you out of this?
Well, to be honest, I can't see me getting a job out of it. With regards to my health record, no one's going to take me on, to be honest. What I'm looking for is the younger people within my community and other communities who just can't find jobs, who can't get work. And it's soul destroying watching some of these young lads and girls walking the streets with nothing to do. There's just no hope for them at the present. And I'm hoping that this will help those people get into work and find a reason for getting up in the mornings, because at the present they don't have any.
Well, if you're not to get a job out of it, let's hope that you have the fulfilment of seeing that put in place and seeing some of those young people get jobs. Thank you both very much indeed. Bertie Atkinson and Sean Brady. 19 minutes past 6. A former solicitor has been found guilty on all charges in the Republic's largest ever fraud trial. Thomas Byrne